cells, last two brain cells, last two brain cells.
Before we start episode 15 of Last Two Brain Cells podcast, we're going to do some quick math. You ready, Donovan?
What's up?
1 plus 1.
2?
2 plus 2.
4.
4 plus 5.
9.
9 plus 9.
18.
18. If you are under 18 years old, you are not allowed to listen to this podcast. This is a podcast for adults. We're going to talk about butts and cum. Or whatever.
Mostly cum.
Kids literally go back to school, get on the playground and play handball while the adults talk about adult stuff. Have a great day.
Welcome to the Last Two Brain Cells. We are two classically trained ballerinas. My name is Donovan, and
My name is Austin.
And today it's actually February 1st. This is episode 15, number 15. And
Nice.
Here's a sneak peek at what's to come.
Like you can boof a doink with your mouth.
You could boof a doink?
Yeah, you can boof a doink in Amish. Like, hey, we're out here smoking doinks.
Yeah, okay.
We're boofing doinks with the boys on the porch. I got really fucking caffeinated through my skin. I think it absorbed through my skin. I didn't go to bed for like a couple days.
Yeah, that's actually like dangerous.
I didn't know. I just thought it was funny to take a coffee bath, and then I didn't sleep for so long.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. You can't build a pyramid without dicks. There's no way.
All right, man. Episode 15.
Yeah, I can't believe we made it. I think we say that at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah, we're never going to stop. Because...
Holy shit. Episode 15. We're going to be on episode 515. Be like, wow, I can't believe we're here.
Can you... Austin, can you believe we finally made it to the big 6969?
It's just amazing. I can't believe we're still talking about cum. We should have ran out of topics years ago.
I've been cumming dust for years, but I remember when it was liquid at one point.
Yeah, cum memories are strong memories. Amen.
They say the cum glands are most directly tied to your memory. And so you can remember moments that you cum more vividly than any other memory. The second would be your nose glands.
I've heard that when you're dying and you're in the white tunnel going to heaven to see Jesus, you actually have a replay of every time you coomed.
All your cums.
All in once in a time lapse, and it's just a beautiful thing.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to knock on heaven's door.
Are you ever just stay up late at night thinking about all your cums, and you just can't help but smile and just say, hey, I've lived a worthy life. You're having a sad day, and then you kick back, you take your overalls off. Yeah. Like how so we've actually been starting the podcast recently by slapping our own butts.
Ass. Yeah.
And it's a good way to wake yourself up.
Like a nice little slap gets you awake a little.
For the non-video watchers, that was Austin slapping his own booty cheeks. Ooh,
that's the sound of my cheeks.
Spilled some whiskey.
For the video listeners, Donovan just spilled some whiskey.
Yeah, I want to publicly apologize for the drunkenness that I exhibited on the last episode. Okay?
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
That's honestly who I am. So, you know, take it. It's what you're going to get.
Take it or leave it. Yeah, there's other podcasts. There's a lot of other podcasts, but we would prefer if you took it here.
If you don't want your host drunk, listen to fucking, I don't know, what is
NPR.
What's another podcast?
No, they're probably drunk on NPR too.
Yeah. You know, do you ever listen to Hardcore History?
No.
That guy is sick.
Yeah?
Certified sick.
I got to check it out.
He's a historian, and he talks about like all kinds of like World War II and like Genghis Khan and shit. I guess it's Genghis Khan. I don't know, dude. I wasn't there.
What the hell? That changes everything. He's
one of those guys that you want to have a whiskey with, for sure.
I want to have a whiskey with a lot of guys, so that's actually great. Another one for my list.
That's most guys.
Actually, pretty much all guys. If there's guys around, my list is filling up.
Unfortunately, also girls.
Yeah, girls. If anyone wants to have a whiskey at any point, like it's a revolving door of just openness. You can come. I
don't even need anybody around. I'll just have a whiskey.
I can just drink by myself and look in the mirror. Yeah.
Anyway, so we got a fun docket lined up for today.
It's quite a docket, ladies.
Yeah, Segi and gentlemen, and everything in between.
Yeah, this is a docket for the people.
We got word of the day coming up. We got a little talk about AI. I don't know what that's about.
We said we were going to do that last episode, but we got a little drunk. It's fine.
Yeah, and by we I mean me, and that's okay. Look, it's nighttime here, it's morning time there. I have an excuse, you don't.
I'm
It's
drinking a cup of coffee out of my Mickey Mouse Christmas glass.
yeah, but is it coffee? Can we get a little peek into the? Could be red wine. No, it could be rum and coke.
It's pure.
Looks
It's
like
pure dirt water. It's pure
yeah.
bean water.
Okay, you're gonna have to pass the sniff test.
That's bean.
Give it a big sniff. Yeah, no, it's coffee.
Yeah. If I. Oh, I think I got some.
Yeah, that's
It's like
nice.
the time I took a bath in coffee beans once. I was in a hotel room and I took all of the coffee from the free samples and I just poured it into the bathtub and I sat there for a couple hours and I got really fucking caffeinated through my skin. I think it absorbed through my skin. I didn't go to
Yeah,
bed for like a couple days.
yeah, that's actually like dangerous.
I
Like
didn't know. I just thought it was funny to take a coffee bath and then I didn't sleep for so long.
it is hilarious.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was very funny.
but that's like it's kind of like free meth. Actually, okay. So
Felt like it.
this is why kids can't listen to our podcast because this is the kind of stuff that we're revealing the truths of the world. Excuse me, is that if you want to do meth and you want to do it legally and probably cheaper, I don't know
Coffee
how much
bath.
does meth cost? Probably a lot.
More than
Um,
coffee.
yeah, just have a coffee bath
To have a coffee bath. It will keep you the fuck up, dude. It was
or like a.
crazy.
Have you ever done an enema for real or not an enema? Boof,
No, a butt boof? I've never
a butt
butt
boof.
boofed before. Have you butt
As opposed,
boofed?
why do you say butt boof as opposed to any other kind of boof?
I don't know, because I guess like you can boof like a doink with your mouth.
You could boof a doink.
Yeah, you can boof a doink in Amish. Like, hey, we're out here smoking doinks.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
boofing
Well,
doinks with the boys on the porch.
what's a doink? Can you for
A
the
doink is like it's a joint,
a joint?
like a jazz cigarette, if you will.
Yeah. I've never heard of doinks.
A doint. I'm smoking doints. Remember that video, the classic video of that guy out in the cornfields, like smoking doints out here in Amish.
We have a guest in the
Woohoo!
studio, guys.
We have a special guest. I'm very excited for special guests.
We actually have like 1.5 guests. We'll see how it pans out.
I'm excited. We'll see.
Then we have a couple of sort of locale based seggy waggies coming at you. So we have what's called the Turkish tier list. Okay.
Yes, and quick reminder for the people who may be joining us for the first time: I'm out here in Austin, Texas, and Donovan's in Turkey.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble
And-
gobble to you.
and,
It's so
and,
funny.
And I don't know what kind of sicko would start at episode 15, but we're not going to give you any extra context from now on. We're not here to hold your hand. You're not a
That's
child.
true.
You're a grown adult. So you can figure that shit out. It's sink or swim in this podcast. And I hope you don't sink, but if you do, you do.
You're also the lucky listener of the week for having such bravery.
If you started episode 15, you're the lucky listener of the week.
You're the lucky listener of the week. Yep. Just one person. Only listener.
Only listener.
Just
yeah.
one. The first person to get it locks it in.
Raise your hand right now.
And if you raised your hand first, you are it. Anyone who came in second, not getting nothing. Sorry. This shit's doggy on doggy.
Exactly, man. I don't know what that means.
That's my new way of saying it's dog eat dog world. This shit's doggy on doggy. I feel like
Bro,
that's pretty cool.
That's doggy
Does
on
that
doggy.
pass? I'm gonna start passing or trying to throw in some new lingo and jargon and see if we can start something here.
I can't keep up, bro. I'm still thinking about doinks.
Oh, we're smoking doinks out here. That's on doggy, bro.
In football, because the doink, it's when you do a kick and then the football hits the uprights, the crossbar. It's called a doink.
Yeah, sure
And
is.
So there's a couple of games where the football it'll hit the crossbar and then the other crossbar, and that's called a double doink, and that's like legendary.
That happens once per Buffalo Bills game, I think.
That's
like
right.
a traditional. That's their signature key plays to either go far left, far right, or hit the pole. I went to a Buffalo Bills game, my first NFL game ever, and genuinely, the Bills could have won, but they actually doinked the pole twice, 2 different kicks.
Double doink, man.
Double doinked, and you know what? That's Bills Mafia, baby. We come back next season, and this is our year. I'm sure of it.
Listen, if you're Bills Mafia, you're the unlucky listener of the week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
next year's your year, okay?
Probably not. Probably not.
If Buffalo didn't have the hope that they could do it, that city would be so sad.
Miserable. But
now, I can't disclose who my stepfather works for, but he works in Buffalo. And when the Bills win, seriously, sales go up. When the Bills lose, sales go down.
Yeah.
The whole world of Buffalo, economy, social status, happiness level is based on that team. And they need a W here and there, or at least get close.
Yeah. When times are most desperate, when people are most reaching for some source of entertainment, some source of happiness, when politics are failing you, when all of the other social structure is falling apart, you need football more than anything else. And there's this classic Latin phrase, "panem et circenses,"
It means
which means
football is awesome.
bread and circuses. It means
Oh
football is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
But no, it basically means if you feed people and you give them entertainment, they're going to be happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for us in America, that's football, man. And
Yeah.
seriously, like that's sometimes like that's people's only hope. That's what people look forward to at the end of every week. And even from here, I'm in Istanbul and I can't fucking wait for each game. It's just there's something that it just makes you feel like you're together with somebody else, like rooting for a cause.
You're
And
a
I think
part of
that's
something.
powerful.
You're a part of something, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
It's a beautiful
Um,
thing. It's a beautiful thing. Almost like how you're a part of our team. It's like we're the Last Two Brain Cells football team. If you show up to every episode, like sure we might be hitting the goalpost. Sometimes we get too drunk, but
yeah, right.
it's all about showing up to the stands. It's all about putting on your jersey and just going a little crazy at the end of the day. And maybe we won't win the Super Bowl podcast, but we're gonna try.
No, we're right next to Joe Wogan,
Yeah,
baby.
we're gonna pass you, Joseph.
Dude, Joseph is gonna try to kick that. He's gonna double doink it. We're gonna buff boop the doink right into the
Dude,
fucking middle.
we're about to surpass Joseph Rogaine in like 20 minutes. It's gonna be easy.
But yeah, so I think this is the third glass already, and we're just getting started. So
Hey, let's go. I'm drinking coffee. I gotta go do a fuckload of things. It's only like noon or 1 here, so coffee.
hey, congrats, man. You can catch up later.
We gotta
It's
do
not a
one of those
competition.
episodes where it's early for you and it's nighttime for me, and I have to make my apology for being too drunk and then take a shot.
I really think
That would be
we
good.
should try out that format next time if you're down.
I'm
Do
down, definitely
a late
down.
night epi for you. I'll wake up early, and then
Cool.
that
And
might be better for
I
both
stay
of
up
us.
way too late anyway, so that could be
Yeah,
perfect.
that could be great. You want to get into our first seggy?
I say we fly the hell into it. It's a segment city, and we're just living in it.
We can't escape. We're stuck.
I can't get enough.
But yeah, luckily it's a beautiful city. And so our first
Sure
stop
is.
in the city, it's word of the day.
Ooh, word of the day station, all aboard!
Word of the day.
All right, so today's word of the day is churlish.
Churlish?
Churlish. What do you think that means?
Churlish? That's like when your churro's delicious. Like, bro, this thing's churlish.
That's fucking true, dude.
Oh man, I just stopped by Disneyland. I got a churro. It was churlish.
That sounds churlish as shit, dude.
Oh, that sounds churlicious.
Oh wow, dude! You know the worst thing in the world is like when you're so hungry and you get to your favorite churro spot and then it's like just kind of stale and it's not that churlish.
When it's like, if there's not churlish, I'm returning it.
If it's not churlish, you get your money back.
It's on the house. That's Del
Right.
Taco.
No, so it doesn't mean that, but that's a good guess.
Oh man, churlish. Okay, it's chur. Let's go etymology here. Like let's break it down. Churlish. Churlish. Ish
Mhm.
could be like it could be ish, like it's like a smallish, big-ish, like it's like it's in a
Yep,
somewhat in between state.
you're so close.
Churl reminds me of church. It reminds me of churning. It reminds me of mixing things up.
Hmm.
It reminds me of churros. Is it when churros are good? What is it?
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
No, it means rude in a mean-spirited and surly way.
Oh,
And
that's churlish.
I know what your next question is going to be. What does surly mean? I'm going to look it up. It means bad-tempered and unfriendly. So it means rude in a bad-tempered and unfriendly and mean-spirited way.
Like for example, if you like when we went to the Renaissance Fair in Houston, we got coffee from this one barmaid, and she was churlish.
She was she was bold, capital, underline, churlish.
She was really mean. And
She was a
I took some
horrible
reflection
person.
from me. At first, my optimism brain was like, wow, incredible RP where they're mean to you. And
Nope.
then it just took a couple of months to sink in that she was just actually mean.
No, she was just like having a bad day and putting it on us. And that's
honestly,
like, I
it was
get
kind
it.
of churlish.
It was super churlish, aka mean-spirited and surly.
Yeah.
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 So hey, shout out to you. We know you're listening. Hot girl
Unlucky
from the
listener.
Renaissance Fair. You're an asshole, and you were very churlish that day.
She was quite churlish. And if it was RP, you sold.
Yeah. If it was look, if she fooled us all, then that's like the
She
you
got
know that
me.
you know the movie with Kaiser Soze?
Kaiser Permanente.
No. I can't remember. It has Kevin Spacey. Oh, can we not talk about him now?
I don't know anything. I
Okay.
don't keep up, but I'm sure he probably fucked up, huh?
He really fucked up. But
Boo.
before we knew he fucked, I don't know. He did a film where he played this character named Kaiser Soze, and at the very end of it, it's like revealed that he's like behind all of the operations the whole time. He's like a big evil guy,
Whoa.
and the quote I think is something like the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was what was it? Was convincing people that he doesn't exist, something like that.
The classics.
Yeah.
The
Um,
classics.
so that's that girl. If you weren't being churlish, then props.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey, don't be a piece of shit. I don't know what you did, but fuck you.
Yeah, sorry. It's I think he did.
Unlucky listener of the fucking decade.
Yeah, Kevin
I
Spacey.
don't even know what you did. You're getting it.
Listen, if you're a child or you're Kevin Spacey or you have a bigger than an 18-inch cock, you can't listen to this episode.
Can't
Sorry.
listen. Turn it off.
Yeah. All right. So that's word of the day, man.
Great word of the day. I feel like I actually learned something.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Which is great. I try to walk away from this podcast having learned at least one thing between the poops and comes.
Yeah, right. And actually, we might learn a few things if we're not careful.
Man, and speaking of learning a couple things, I tried something new this week that I feel like I would like to talk about if y'all are down.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I played a game that involved a large amount of AI, and I was very impressed with the concept and what it was. Now, the game itself necessarily wasn't the funnest thing to play, but I feel like a lot of test demo games that lead to some of the most amazing titles start that way.
Right.
This felt like using a new technology for the first time, in a sense. We've all at this point used AI, or if you haven't, you got to try it. You
What
can
is
talk
that?
to
What is
robots.
that?
Artificial intelligentsia. Yeah,
Intelligentsia. Got it.
pretty cool. So it's robots that talk back. Long story short, I played a game called Suck Up, and the idea is you are a vampire, and there is a
That's
full.
not a porn game.
No, it could have been a good AI game, but it was a game about vampires. Suck Up is a game in which you play a vampire and walk around a neighborhood, and you know the classic rule of vampires: you're not allowed inside people's houses unless they invite you in.
Right.
So you have to knock on people's doors, putting on different outfits, and using those outfits, you have to give them reasons to trust you to let them in your house so you can suck their blood. And basically, you have long form conversations with different types of people, therefore different AIs, and you only use your microphone. You don't have any attacks, you don't have any defense, you just talk.
Oh, you're talking with your voice.
With your voice.
That's sick.
And then they talk back at you. And if they trust you and you can get their trust on their side, like you can either be like, hey man, you can go the friendship route and be like, hey, I'm new to the neighborhood. Or you can go the I'm a maintenance worker, I need to check your pipes, or hey, there's a dangerous gas leak, or whatever it may be.
Fascinating.
They will respond in a very, really well, efficiently done manner. It sounds like you're talking to a real person. And once you get their trust, you go eat them. And once you eat everybody up, the game's over. Now, the game itself that's it. That's the whole game. But it led me to believe this feels like a new frontier in video games in the sense that AI NPCs are going to be so beyond nuts. And I felt like this was one of those games where this felt like I know it's very advanced, but I feel like I was playing Pong in the sense where I was like, oh, this could be something else. This is this is very basic gameplay, and I'm seeing the vision. But this is going to be nuts once we figure out what to actually do with it.
Agree. That sounds really fascinating in terms of like, this is, the prototype for to me, it's a scary future of gaming where, like, I just can't help but think like there's so much room for like malicious shit with AI, and combine that with video games. Like, people are going to make some really fucked up porn. That's all I can think of, really.
Yeah. It's such a funny thing because I feel like as far as the AI argument goes, I feel like you're generally a proponent for AI being a thing in the world. It's fascinating how it seems like you have a more dark perspective on gaming. And I, as a human, feel like gaming, throw as much AI in as possible. Real life, I get a little more nervous. It's interesting to have a different perspective on it. I think AI is going to make gaming incredible. Yeah, we're going to get some crazy shit. But real life is where I'm scared. I'm hearing the opposite from you.
Well, I think it's one of those. It's an extremifying thing. It takes whatever we're already doing and takes it up another notch. Of like, now there's so much more realism, there's so much more intelligence involved in these games, and if you apply that to some of the shit that's already out when it comes to I don't want to name specific titles, but like there's some crazy porn and like hentai games and shit that's like shouldn't be out there.
I've
Shouldn't be
seen
out
your
there.
Steam library. I've seen your Steam
Exactly.
library.
Yeah, and that's I didn't want to call myself out like that, but yeah, I'm a
It's
sick
okay.
fuck.
I know, I know.
But
You 100%ed every Honey Pop game. There's so many games that your Steam achievements are amazing.
it's all I do. I basically I'm either on those games with one hand, or I'm doing the podcast with one
With
hand,
the other.
except for with a whiskey in my other hand
I think
instead.
both times you usually have a whiskey.
Yeah, well, it gets complicated,
Right, right.
Yeah,
But
but yeah,
yeah,
no, I think that AI, it's an extremely powerful tool. The thing is, it's not powerful for any particularly morally good or morally evil. Like it can be used in any way, shape, or form, right? It's just a tool. And so I think it has a ton of potential to help the world. But yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, especially in the hands of like the average consumer, like when you take AI and you allow anybody to develop against it, you know, there are going to be a lot of people who are just profit motivated, and profit oftentimes involves doing shitty things. That, you know what I mean? It's just the nature of capitalism. So I think that it is scary to me to think that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of independent developers who are making these games and can do anything they want with more intelligence.
well, here's something that's I also found interesting about the purchasing process of this game. This game's not on Steam. This game is not on Epic. This game is not on
Mm.
any generic platform. And the reason being, Steam is currently in the process right now as we speak of figuring out what do we do with AI gaming? Do we allow it in full? Do we not allow it in full? Do we filter it? Because, like you said, it's going to open up for insanely deviant and ridiculous and
Right.
wild things. So this game could not even be bought on Steam. While it was ever so innocent, I could not buy it on Steam
Yeah.
because Steam is not currently letting AI come through, and
And I
it's
get
going to
it.
be
I get
interesting to
it.
see how that happens
You
and
got to be
evolves.
careful because it takes is one bad title and it takes down your platform in terms of PR and shit.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, totally.
you want to be careful. But so I'm curious, just going back to the original title, the vampire game. Were you able to get into people's houses? Did that
Dude,
work?
I killed everyone. Everyone's dead.
Really?
Everyone's
What is
gone.
your strategy to get in?
I made friends. I would just compliment the shit out of people. Complimenting people is really helpful. Just be like, "Hey, you hunky handsome lad. I was just wondering if you wanted to go fishing with me because I have like a fishing pole on my back." I would find out their interests and get clothes and props and put those on based on things they liked,
Wow.
and try to be like, "Oh, I see you're a golfer. I also love to golf." And then they would ask questions to see if you're legit. Sometimes you're like, "Say, what's your favorite course in the world?" And if you couldn't answer like a real course because it could look it up,
Wow.
you're fucked. Like I said something about like a musical artist, and they hit me with the classic, okay, name 3 songs. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck shit, dude. Like, that's not fair. And they got me. They're like, you don't really know then. And they slammed the door on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is scary in the sense that it could sort of be like a psychopath training simulator where now you can actually interact with pseudo humans, you know what I mean, and get better at manipulating them and getting them to let you in. Like that's kind of fucked.
Pretty nuts. I mean, it's the classic video games violence argument of like, it's like you're getting shooting. I mean, you're not really practicing. You're getting shooting practice by playing a first person shooter. You're
It's
getting
true.
you're being desensitized, and it
Dude,
is
I'm
true in a
actually
sense.
I studied this in school. I was a minor in sociology, but specializing in law and justice and social control. And I remember studying like some things about violent video games, and like it was sort of inconclusive. Like some people say that there's like actual research that supports that violence in video games can make you a more violent person, and other people that don't say so. Like we can't say for sure, but my hunch, I truly think that it does introduce more violence into your life than you otherwise would have, and that basically can exacerbate your existing tendencies. So if you're a violent person, you play GTA or you play COD, then all of a sudden you could be like, like I wonder if I could escalate this into the real world. I think that there are opportunities like that the video games present. That's all.
Totally. When it comes to the video games causing violence argument, I've always kind of landed on the fence of I don't think video games cause violence necessarily, but I definitely think it normalizes the concept of violence
Right.
in a way that allows it to be a socially common thing. I go to Walmart and there's Nerf AKs and Nerf snipers, and they're all
Yes.
Fortnite. And I'm like, oh, they're Fortnite. They're just cute. But when you like are able to step back, so you're like, oh shit, we're selling snipers next to the bread aisle. And like,
Right.
I think that's the normalization that makes it a little spooky.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
becomes less like guns and gunplay, and when you're adding play to it, it's just fun and silly,
Yeah.
and
I
maybe
think
that takes away a little bit of the fear of guns, but I also think it also makes guns less scary in a way that it makes more people want to shoot them.
Right,
And
they shouldn't. Guns shouldn't be fun. You know that's I think a line that you could get into like controversy or conspiracy with like how deep rooted gun culture is in America, where it's like now, yeah, it's like Nerf as a company. That is insane that exists. Imagine it's like when there were toy cigarettes. It's like now we look back on that, we're like that was crazy that we let kids just have bubble gum that was cigarettes. It's like same shit with guns.
but what about things like laser tag? Like, is laser tag promoting guns?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
the thing is
tough.
like it rides a line obviously of like yes, it's fun and like I obviously it's not a real gun, but yes, it introduces the concept of shooting somebody and like I don't it's
Tactfully
tough.
and using, yeah, that makes sense. It is gun practice. It's a fascinating
Um,
thing, but yeah, I don't think video games necessarily in my sense cause violence, but I think it's extremely normalizing.
right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. If
You
we're
know,
up to me, bro, like Americans wouldn't have nearly as much access to guns. And I don't want to get too political, but it sucks every time someone gets shot. I'm just like could have been prevented.
it's
Like
like we
we
could
just
it's
cared
like
about
we
each
could
other.
it's like we could do something.
If only there was anything we could do
If
beyond
only
thoughts and
there was
prayers.
anything we
Um,
could do. Yeah,
but
no, it's really disappointing. We got to figure that shit out over here. But
yeah, man.
anyways, that's a whole podcast. We
I'm
got to
not a
figure that shit
fan
out.
of guns, but you know what I'm a fan of is fans.
I love fans. That's
Yeah.
so true. And you know
Yeah.
what's crazy? We have a fan fact.
No.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump
Okay.
into this week's fan fact. Boop-boop-ba-doo. All right, this week's fan fact. We have a fun fact fan fact. This one
Yeah.
comes to you from our good friend Enrique, my roommate and pal. He was having issues with his fan, so we had to get his fan upgraded and fixed. But along the way, we learned a lot about fans and how they work. And this one kind of blew my mind because it makes a lot of sense, but it's just something you don't consider or think of. Did you know? According to the season and or temperature and climate, you need to switch the direction your fan goes in your house for it to perform different actions, whether it be heating or cooling. Now, in the
What?
winter, you're going to want to have your fan going clockwise because what it will do is suck up air this way and then disperse it back out. In the summertime, if you have it going counterclockwise, the air goes up this way and then pushes back down, thus fanning you and keeping that air going towards you. In the winter, it pushes the air up, making the air go towards the
Right.
ceiling. You don't want a cold breeze on you in the winter. The winter will help
Huh.
you with keeping it less stuffy and whatnot, but you're not going to get that direct fan blowing experience. And I thought that was
Okay.
crazy. Winter clockwise, summer counterclockwise. I don't know if I explained that well enough, but you get the point.
You explained that great, but I'm confused about one, who the fuck is putting their fans on in the winter?
When your room is stuffy, sometimes if you're someone who has like a very stuffy room and you're like, oh, I just need to like circulate the air in here, and you can't open a
Have
window
you done
because
that?
it's freezing cold. Yeah, I think I've done that where I'm like, oh, this room's just like stuffy and it's filled with like blech air, but I can't open the door because it's 20 degrees.
Right. Yeah, that is an issue.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the second question is you say you're supposed to. Is this like a universal thing? Is like can every fan switch around?
From what I'm seeing, it's most ceiling fans. I'm not saying like desk fans or a private fans or only fans. We're
Private.
talking ceiling fans specifically. It looks like most of them, if not the majority.
Huh. That's actually
And
sick.
actually kind of crazy. You look at your fan, you're like, man, I didn't know it could go the other way. Now you don't
Yeah.
have to do this, but just know if it's the winter and you're getting a breeze on you and you're like, I want circulation, but I don't want air, you can fix it.
Right.
Shocking to me.
Right. Okay. Well, then, how
Cool.
about live on the pod? How about you adjust your fan right now? I want to
Wow,
see
can
the.
I? Let's see. So
Yeah.
here's my fan's right here. Let's see. Right
No, you
now it
did. Please
goes.
don't break your fucking. This is, and by the way, if you're watching the video, this is the exact same fan that previously,
Holy
a few
shit.
episodes prior, we threw 30 cans into for the
That
fireworks
was
show.
really cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's going that way. You can see it's going that way. Which way is that? This
that's
way.
clockwise. Oh wait, that's counterclockwise.
Counter.
So
It's
that's
counter.
for
It's
winter
counter.
mode.
It's winter mode. So I turn it off. I flip this shit. Watch this shit.
Oh, there was a
Holy
disclaimer
shit!
though.
You see that? You see how
Huh.
quick that was? I
Wait,
flipped this switch right here. Done.
wait, what?
That quick. There's a switch right on the side. It's going the other way.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, straight up, dude. Watch. I'll do it again. Ready?
Wait,
Off.
is it going the other way? Yeah,
Ready?
that's clockwise.
Off.
That's clockwise.
On.
Whoa!
Looks like ceiling fans are easy to adjust in that way. I had no idea it was that easy.
Great fan fact, man. Hey,
For audio
everybody at
listeners, I
home,
just
try to
changed the
flip your
direction of my
fan.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like daylight saving time.
Yeah, you guys flip your fans over. You gotta rotate your tires.
Is
That's
it
crazy. It was
is it
so easy to do.
is it daylight
Audio listeners, it
savings
works.
or saving time?
Daylight, don't do that to me time. I hate when
Yeah.
they change the time.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. Anyways, that's this week's fan fact. I think we all learned something.
Yeah, I did. I definitely learned something.
Pretty cool, huh?
I'm gonna bore a lot of people at parties with that fact from now on.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to be boring as hell at parties.
Dude, you know I'm already fucking sluggish at parties.
I got the whole club falling asleep.
I got vampire energy at parties, dog.
Yep.
And just pulling it back to the vampire thing, all I could think about that entire time was, don't you think that if we were vampires, we would become vampires?
Yeah, you sucking cum rather than blood.
Just, I want to suck your cock.
Yeah, that's way cooler.
Yeah.
That's way cooler.
Hey, anyway, man, we got a ad spot this week.
Oh shit, chat, we got an ad spot. This is a huge one. We haven't had an ad in a minute, but
Yes.
this is a very special one, and I will just throw the reins to you, introducing our good pal.
Yeah. And so this is actually a wonderful time not only to do the ad, but to intro the pal that the ad is about. And that pal is sitting right across from me. So we're going to adjust the camera here.
Woohoo!
And please
Hey,
welcome my good friend here, Sergen.
Yes, hello. I'm
the
happy
crowd goes
to be
crazy.
doing your podcast here.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, it's super good to be here. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, it's our honor.
Yeah, on like the third brain cell right now.
Yeah,
wow, our third brain cell.
Yeah, I'm
That's
super honored.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Hello, Austin. Nice to meet you too. It's super
nice
cool.
to meet you too. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this. Donovan was letting me know about you coming on, and I've been excited about it.
Yeah, likewise.
So we've been doing a ton of work the last few weeks because this guy, not only is he a chill as fuck dude, he happens to do tattoos, and I happen to love getting tattoos, and so we had a common friend, Lauren.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I met Lauren in Georgia, in a random beach, and turns out Dawn here also met her in Spain. I think.
And then she followed me to, I think, Portugal, and then Morocco.
Yeah,
stalker.
Yeah,
status.
Well, little creep.
Yeah,
It's
That's how it goes.
Yeah, she caused us to meet, so we done a couple tattoos together, which was pretty fun.
Which I guess is the video, so you could see some of the work that he's done.
Nice.
Yeah. But so some of the filler on the sleeve here, the red and black script, and it goes all the way up the arm as well, and then on the side.
I'm gonna do a shameless plug here.
Yeah, you should.
Instagram at Tattoo Sergen, Sergen.
Yeah,
perfect.
So once again, if you want to support the homie, if you want to come to Istanbul and get some beautiful work, he is a man of serious vision, man of serious talent. And he's just a wonderful guy. Like he makes you feel at home and welcome, and is wonderful to work with. So again, that's Instagram at tattoo, and I'm going to pronounce it with the American phonetics, Sergen, and so it's just easier to. But it's Sergen, and check him out.
I'm blushing over
here.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, we did a little tattoo for this ad spot. Actually, I was gonna do a free tattoo on Dawn, but he decided to do it on someone else. So he just take my tattoo and give it to someone else. It's just pretty fun to do. I taught him some tricks. He could do some little tattoos.
So you did it yourself. You did a tattoo yourself then for this Donovan, right?
Also, Dan tattooed me because I was just why the fuck not?
That's awesome.
Give me a tattoo, man. And he gave me a little dinosaur riding a skateboard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute.
That's really good.
Yeah. And he did a great job. So
definitely. That's awesome. You're able to. So Donovan, you used the actual official the tattoo gun and everything, and you were tattooed multiple people. If I'm hearing this right.
Yeah, dude. It felt good too. once I know what it's like to inflict that pain on somebody else, because I'm so used to being the recipient of the pain, of being under the gun. But when you're giving that pain, it's addictive.
It's addictive.
Totally.
I just want to hurt people.
Super cool.
Yeah. I mean,
and you're drawing. It's fun.
Yeah, it's hurting
We're
people
making
while
something.
strong. It's two
Yeah.
amazing things.
It's just amazing, man. You gotta try it out. Like
I'd love to.
I take so much pleasure in tattooing. It's just the best thing in
Yeah.
the world, and I'm super glad that I chose this like career. It
Right.
was super random to me. I was like a teacher, then I was an engineer, then I became a tattoo artist just because I wanted to free my soul. You know,
Yeah.
such a
Nice.
nice thing to do.
And your soul, you have very free soul vibes, if I'm being honest. So it seems like it's working.
Oh yeah, it's going good so far.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
at Don here, so it's going great.
You're on the right path.
We'll finish the story real quick to get the book in on the ad spot. Is that so? Yeah, originally Sergen had offered to give me a tattoo as a part of the sponsorship for this episode, but I passed the buck, as they say, to another friend of mine, and basically I got to tattoo her ass, and I tattooed a Keith Haring piece of like an angel bent over on her ass, and it came out pretty good. So
it turned out great. You sent me a picture of the tattoo, and it's a good tattoo.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so welcome to the pod. We got a couple
Thank
of segments
you.
for you if you want to get going on those.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
All right.
Yep.
Also, Donovan, if you want to try to get the microphone a little closer to your mouth, specifically, that'd be great because you're just a little quieter.
Okay.
Sure, we can just like get really close.
Yeah.
Not just
There we
because I
go.
want to get close to the microphone, but I love Don.
Hey,
Of course. Any excuse. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Take it easy, brother. All right. So the first segue we got here, it's called the Turkish tier list.
All right.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Let's hit it.
And so brief background on you. Where did you grow up? Where are you from? Where are you living now?
Well, basically, I've been in Istanbul, Turkey, all my life. I rarely been abroad, just been to Georgia, where I met Lauren, our mutual friend, and I'm in Istanbul in general. Yeah,
Nice.
so that's where I do my tattoos as well. So
Yeah.
And well, that's all I can say for now.
Great.
Yep.
Perfect.
So,
Nice.
So you would say that you know Turkish cuisine pretty well?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. My mother's a cook, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you're going to do her proud on this segment.
I hope.
Okay.
Well,
Well, we
see.
have essentially a lineup here. We have 5 different kind of what we would consider exotic Turkish dishes.
All right.
And all that I ask of you is that you describe each one and then rank them in terms of your opinion on what's best to what's worst.
All right. That's good enough. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
That sounds great.
I'm going to get
So-
hungry, though. I'm going to have to go get food right after this.
You're not. Let me just give you a
Yeah.
little spoiler, man. You're gonna hate probably all of this stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I am a picky eater, so let's see.
Yeah. So Austin,
Well.
just for your knowledge, Austin is he loves bean and cheese burritos, just pizza. That's it.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you ever come to Turkey, definitely you'll have really different tastes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I got to
For
come
sure.
through.
Here we have the 5 items for you. So the first item here, how do you say this? Tavugosu.
Oh. I love his pronunciation. So it's tavuk göğsü, which means chicken breast.
Yes.
So you would imagine it's chicken breast, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's basically a dessert made with chicken breast and some milk, and just it's a dessert
It's
made
horrible.
out of chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had I don't want to call it pleasure, but I had the mispleasure of having this the past weekend. And dude, it's rough. It's
something.
It's like if you've ever had Japanese mochi, it's kind of that sticky pudding sort of consistency. And it's basically literally pulverized chicken mixed with like creamy, milky sugar stuff. And you can taste the chicken flavor with it's fucked up. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just sweet chicken, basically.
Yeah.
It's super different than what we usually have, but it's a very special like taste. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, but it's something to try out for sure. Like
What would you rate it? How do you like it?
for me, it's not like my kind of deal, but I would definitely want someone to try it.
Right.
Yes,
It's
and-
interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like something to try.
I think
What would you give it out of 5 stars?
-3.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
There we go. Never
It
heard
is-
of a chicken dessert. A chicken flavored dessert is a
Yeah.
wild concept.
It is.
Yeah, and we will. I won't go into too much depth about all the other pieces, but I did happen to do some background research on this particular dish, and it's you probably know this, but it's an old Ottoman recipe,
Yes.
and they say so. There's a palace here in Istanbul called Topkapi Palace, and they say that there was basically like a sultan or a dude at the palace who was hungry one day, and all his servants had was chicken. So they got together, they got creative, and they made this dish, and he ended up liking it, and it became popular. And so it's like at least 1,000-year-old recipe, basically.
And we also have another dish called Sultan Beğendi, which means the Sultan has liked it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the name. We'll try it together.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so -3 stars for the first item. So that's probably going to be bottom tier. But next up, we have balık dürüm. Actually, this is my favorite. But what do you think?
First of all, balık dürüm.
Oh, shit.
There we
Come
go.
on.
I love
Come
hearing
on.
the difference in pronunciation. That's a
Yeah.
key element here.
Well, balık means fish in Turkish, and dürüm basically means wrap. So it's a fish wrap.
It's
Fish
fish
wrap.
wrap.
You had it for the first time here,
Right.
and I want to hear your experience first.
Well, okay, so I had it. It's just I'm gonna set the scene. It was a rainy day.
What
I
is
was
it?
very hungry, and like an oasis in the distance, I see this restaurant on the street corner, and it has this blue sign that says "fish wrap."
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds amazing right now. And so I hop in. There's these dudes, super friendly behind the counter, some real dudes, some gruff dudes,
Hey.
and they're like, "Do you want a single or a double?" And I was like, "Oh, I want a single. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing." So I got one fish wrap, and it blew my fucking mind. He basically, there's this pile of fish, and he fillets it. He puts it on the grill right in front of you. He grills up some veggies or something in the middle.
Onions.
Yeah. Put some seasoning, a lot of spices, and then basically wraps it all up, and then put some lemon on it, and it's mwah, like that.
It's perfect.
It's a fish.
Yeah.
It's a fish burrito.
It's a fish
Exactly.
burrito. Yeah,
I could do that.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that to me, that's a 10 stars out of 5. What are you feeling? For
Well,
that?
I would give it for sure 10 fish dürüms out of 5
Yeah.
tavuk göğsü, which
Okay.
is
A tier.
a S plus
S
tier.
What do you think about this? The is like hamburger.
So, can you say it again? Just
Is like
it's perfect. Islak.
it's like
Islak.
it's
Yes.
like
Islak hamburger, which is hamburger. It's basic. So wet. It's ıslak means wet in Turkish, and it's
fucked
just
up.
it's basically like soggy bread with meat inside. Dude, it gives me the worst kind of like stomach ache
Yeah,
that I can have, and my stomach is not so strong. Shit, you know.
that is true. You're
And-
kind of a weak man though. So it's,
Oh yeah, I need to. Yeah, I'm a bit of a feeble man.
Me too. We're in good
We all-
company
we
here.
all are- hey, you're in good company. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
Okay, so Austin,
Yeah.
don't eat it.
I'm about
No.
to skip it. I'm about to skip that
No.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I don't
Wet
suggest
wet
it.
hamburger, something about that. So out of
Yeah.
5, what do you say the Islak hamburger is?
I don't think I will rate it even. It's just
Ooh, unrated.
yeah.
Wow.
Next up here, number 4 out of 5. I don't even want to try to pronounce this.
I want to hear this.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
So I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the C with a little thing under it, the goatee, is a J sound, right?
Not so much. I
No?
would say ch.
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 So is it chinkofte?
Ooh, almost there. Yeah, çiğ köfte.
Okay,
Yes, you're
Okay.
very close.
nice.
So basically, that's 2 words strung together.
Mhm.
Çiğ means raw. Köfte means meatballs. So it's basically raw meatballs.
Raw balls.
And it is usually made with meat, but in general, it does give you like poisoning a lot, so they don't do it with meat anymore.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
it is vegetarian. It's super cool. I would definitely go for it any day.
Yeah, that's like a
It's-
4 out of 5.
I would say 5 out of 5.
Really?
5 out of 5.
That's okay. S plus as
Yeah.
well.
S.
Okay.
It's not better than fucking. What's the other thing? I fucking forgot.
The
Balık dürüm?
balık dürüm.
Yeah. I would choose balık dürüm over çiğ köfte, but
No doubt.
I would eat çiğ köfte every day. I wouldn't eat balık dürüm every day because
Yeah.
it's like kind of too much.
That's true. It's very
but it's
very
like
flavorful.
the top thing you want to go for.
Okay. And have you tried the original, the raw meat one?
Oh, I've never had. I
Okay.
would love to, but I would like have that when I go to the south of Turkey. I would say,
Yeah, okay.
which is like the traditional place where it came out from.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna roll the dice. I think because I'm gonna travel a little bit around Turkey
Yeah,
after
yeah.
being in Istanbul, and
Mhm.
I think I have to give it a shot.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
They'll be very hospitable too down in the south. They'll be just like putting them in your mouth. basically just like
Sign me up.
stuffing them in.
Yeah.
Just like a dick, just like you will not stop.
You're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
The last dish we have to rate, it's kokoreç.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, kokoreç.
Nice.
Yeah,
There we go.
finally.
Nailed it.
You did it.
Basically, lamb intestines cooked and grilled, then cut up and grilled again. So it's just lamb and its intestines. And it's just sometimes people don't like it, like because it's so disgusting sounding. But it's one of my favorite dishes.
Really, you like it?
Yeah, I love it. It's
Okay.
so good after some drinks. You just like go for some kokoreç, man. It has a spot, you know. It's just you gotta have it when you're drunk.
I think you can
It's
only
best.
have it when you're drunk.
But when I'm drunk, I usually go for soup. If not, then kokoreç.
Yeah, you're a
is
soup
my
guy.
choice. Yeah, I'm a soup guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll soup it up
Yeah.
for sure.
I love soup.
Austin,
Soup's a good
You
choice.
soup it up a little bit, don't you?
I
Yeah.
love to soup it up. It's like food you can drink. It's amazing.
Dude, Austin is my man. He
Yeah.
I
slurps
love
it
a
up
good
like
soup.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slurping up soup all
Not just
day.
slurper,
Yep.
bruh.
I
Slurper
mean,
bros here.
you-
Slurper
It's
Slurper
my
bros.
bros.
slurper bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my man.
And that's
I
what I
love
love
it.
most about Austin. It's he's got a lot of qualities to him, but he's a slurper first and foremost.
Dude.
Always
that's
have
what-
been.
Yeah, I didn't rate the kokoreç.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
what's that?
So I would rate it 10 sheeps out of 5 lambs.
That's really high.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
really high.
If either you hate it or you love it.
If it tastes like intestines, I'm gonna hate it.
Mm,
You don't know
have
that.
you tasted intestines?
I think so.
That's the deal.
I think so.
If you know the taste of shit, that's a question for you.
All right. I mean, everybody on the count of 3. If you've ever eaten ass, raise your hand.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so-
Let me know.
Austin's never tasted intestines.
I'm
before.
full, thank you.
All right.
All full here.
All right.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that? Any wrap up comments? What do you want to try? What do you hate?
I was thinking I was gonna be hungrier by the end of it, but
No.
I'm not that hungry.
Weird.
I don't know. Nothing about that got me like pumped. I liked the fish burrito the best so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you might fuck with the wet hamburger because it's basic. It's not like there's a lot of vegetables on it.
I do
No,
like
it's super
basic.
Yeah.
I like super basic.
It's just wet.
It's
And I
just
like wet.
Imagine
I
a
do like
soaking
wet.
wet hamburger.
I do
Yeah.
like wet. Yeah, I could do wet.
Do we want to go make some soup in a little toilet bowl and make a little pee-pee break?
True. I gotta pee real bad. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Let's do a pee-pee
All right.
break and then we'll finish up the app.
Pee break.
Woo!
The boys are taking a pee-pee break. We'll be right back.
Back for the pee-pee break.
Nice pee, everybody. Nice pee. Good job.
How was your pee, man?
It was
Great. It's wonderful.
Did you pee? You didn't pee.
It was perfect though.
Oh, so
Yeah.
our pee was perfect.
I peed.
You peed.
Just didn't go to the
Oh, you peed here.
I just peed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for your couch.
No, don't pee. It's fine. I want to pee too.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
This segment, I'm actually very excited for this. So I was doing a little bit of, again, locale specific research here. And I came across this Sumerian tablet. Okay, so this tablet's really fascinating because it actually contains the oldest love poem in the world.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so it's written in like a writing style called cuneiform. There was this huge city called the city of and it's like one of the oldest cities that we know about. There was this king of the city of named Shu-Sin, and he reigned around 2000 BC. So we're talking 4,000 years ago. Text that we have that's surviving, it's a love poem that's based on a ritual that they did in the city of where every year there was this goddess, and let me make sure I get this right. It's the goddess Inanna, and the king would symbolically marry this goddess every year. And they would do that through a priestess in their religion. So the title of this poem, it's called The Love Song for Shu-Sin. So what we have now, lovely listeners, is going to be a reading of the oldest love poem that we know about in existence.
With my long, luscious hair,
Yeah,
I'll be
okay.
the goddess.
I could see it.
Beautiful.
And Austin, you're the king then, yeah?
I'm going to be the lion, the king, if you will. And for reference, this is a cold reading. I have not read this yet. So this is going to be
Me neither.
straight off the cuff. I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Then without further ado, what's this poem?
All right. Well, here we go. Let's set the scene. Can you set the scene for us, and then I'll say my line?
You're gathered around the fire in front of the palace. It's a large ritual, so you have a lot of priests and priestesses gathered around observing this moment. The king is marrying one of the selected priestesses, and scene.
Bridegroom, dear to my heart, goodly is your beauty, honey sweet.
Lion, dear to my heart, goodly is your beauty, honey sweet.
You have captivated me. Let me stand trembling before you. Bridegroom, I would be taken by you to the bedchamber.
Ooh.
Ooh, you have captivated me. Let me stand trembly before you. Lion, I would be taken by you to the bedchamber.
Ooh.
Bridegroom, let me caress you. My precious caress is more savory than honey. In the bedchamber, honey filled, let me enjoy your goodly beauty.
Lion, let me caress you. My precious caress is more savory than honey.
Aye, aye, aye.
Is it so?
Bridegroom, you have taken your pleasure of me. Tell my mother, she will give you delicacies. My father, he will give you gifts. Your spirit, I know where to cheer your spirit.
Ooh, where?
Bridegroom, sleep in our house until dawn. Your heart, I know where to gladden your heart.
Lion, sleep in our house until dawn. You, because you love me, give me prey of your caresses. My Lord God, my Lord Protector, my Shu-Sin, who gladness in Lil? I fucking know. In Lil's heart, give my prey of your caresses. Your place goodly as honey. Pray lay on your hand on it. Bring your hand over like a Gippspan garment. Cup your hand over it like Gishban silken garment.
What an outro. Wow. Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Well, yeah, it was a lovely little poem.
That was
That-
lusty.
that's
It's
eh?
very sexy.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hard.
Is anyone
Yeah.
not hard? I mean,
I'm
with a
fucking
ton
hard.
of honey. There's honey everywhere.
raise your hand if you're not hard.
It's
Yeah.
it's impossible, bro.
Audio listeners, there's no hands up.
He says, "Your heart, I know where to gladden your heart. Your spirit, I know where to cheer your spirit." Where do you think that would be?
The bed chamber with all the honey in it. There's honey all over the bed.
It's a
Yeah.
sticky bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has cum all over it, man.
That's a very sticky scene.
Yeah.
They were freaks back in 2000 VC. They were really going crazy back then.
But how
Dude.
fucking cool is that? That like 4,000 years ago, like they would be, reciting this, and that there would be this whole ritual around it. It's just you could picture it. It's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely. I really expected it to be, honestly, no disrespect to my 2000, BC listeners, but I thought it was going to be a lot less intricate. I didn't think we were going to be getting such intricacy from such an old thing. I thought it'd be like,
Yeah.
the dog jumped over the fence. I didn't know we were going to be like doing it.
That's the nature of language, is you're going to be able to describe the most primal shit first. And I got to be honest, sex is pretty primal.
Pretty primal.
This
It's
is
pretty
the first
crazy.
thing you gotta do.
You got to do,
Yeah.
you got to eat, and you got to do some sex.
That's the two things.
You got to donk butts.
You got donk butts.
That was episode 15 of the Last Two Brain Cells.
Yeah.
Ooh, episode
it was-
15 with the special guest. I'm so thank you for joining us. It was nice to have you.
Thank you guys for having me here. It's super fun.
Been a real
And,
pleasure.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the episode 4. I think it was about long johns. Austin, you blew me away with those information. I loved it. I loved it.
Thank you. It was the
Battle
Battle
of
of
the
the
Johns.
Johns. All right. Well, hey, real quick. That was our episode 15 of Last Two Brain Cells. I loved the poems. I loved the food. I loved it all. It's nice to have some guests. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to listen to it on any platform, as you literally already did. But more importantly, give it a 5-star rating. Whatever the algorithm daddy likes, send him some nice snackies he wants to eat. Thank you for the reviews recently too. But that leads us to, I want to get to this week's special review of the week. So I'm going to send it international for this week's review of the week. We're here live on the field.
And we have the review coming in live. We're out here in Istanbul, and we have a second guest in the studio.
Wow.
And, who are you?
Oh, well. My name is Nastya. And we're all connected by the same person.
By Lauren. Shout out to Lauren out in Canada. I had described to you the podcast. All I said was we talk about cum, and you had an incredible description of what we are.
Yeah, that by your description, I thought like it's something like an art house in the world of podcasts.
Yeah, I think that's so apt. Like that.
What a high compliment. How many stars? Out of 5.
Out of 5.
You're in my house right now, so I'm just.
All right. Yeah. Let me think.
But no pressure.
Oh, no pressure. In the world of podcast and the art house, let's keep it in mind. I would say 5.
Whoa! To wrap this up, we have a little outro as well, as usual.
I think I need a beat from you.
Oh, you did a beat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 2 brain cells. I gotta spend them somewhere, but I don't know where. Yeah. Drinking, shitting, coming around.
Drinking.
Coming around,
Shitting.
just having so much fun. With Don and Austin.
That was sick. That was really good.
Wow.
The new outro song.
The final outro comment.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us in the last 2 brain cells. Appreciate you. See you next time, episode 16. Love you guys.
See you soon.